With the large parts of the offseason largely done and everything kind of moving forward here for the offseason, and then hopefully, well, not hopefully, but just a matter of time, the regular season will finally be here. But, obviously the draft and free agency are done. So now we kind of head into, what will teams do after, obviously, and during the offseason, what will teams do during the offseason to still improve their rosters? And teams like the Las Vegas Raiders, I still think there's a couple players that they could bring on. They could do a lot of different things with. Still a couple positions. I would like to see a veteran corner. I know we've done a video about the 3 corners that they should sign, so we'll leave that there. But we will say that there are three players, 3 free agents that the Las Vegas Raiders need to sign, or that they should look into signing, because I think they would definitely go into 3 specific positions of need, and they could definitely improve the team moving forward. Now, I believe, according to SpotRec and a couple of other sources that I've checked out, after June 1st, I believe the Raiders will have anywhere from $20 to $30 million in cap space, I believe. I will get back to you guys on that once those things do come up, but I've done my homework. I can't find what it is for sure, but it's like 20 to 30 million, I believe. So that means they'll have a little bit of space, a little bit of things that they can do to be able to sign at least one more big-time player if they want to. But I think that there's only one player, which we'll get into just a second, that I think really fits in that category that they should consider. And I'm actually going to bring back an oldie but a goodie with our first one here. I think that the first free agent that the Raiders need to sign is Larry Ogunjobi. Now, we made a video talking about why the Raiders needed to sign Larry Ogunjobi way back in the offseason. I think it was like one of the first videos we did about the offseason. Okay, free agent number 1 is Larry Ogunjobi. Here's why. Originally supposed to go to the Bears for like a lucrative as contract. It was something like, 3 or 4 years, $37 million. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was outrageous, because the guy had 7 sacks with the Bengals last year. He was looking to be a big time contributor for the Bears now, and I thought, okay, well, it makes a lot of sense. The Bears lost to Akeem Hicks, but it was kind of one of those things where he was looking like it was going to be a little big deal. Yeah, 3 years, $40.5 million. But anyway, did not pass his physical, so now he's currently a free agent. And you know what? I hate to break it to you. Who was it? Was it B.J. Hill or who was it? A former Raiders player. I think it was B.J. Hill. But anyway, kind of the same thing happened with the Vikings back in the day. But Larry Ogunjobi, kind of the similar situation here. But listen, Ogunjobi can still be a difference maker. And listen, I know you brought in guys like Bilal Nichols. You still brought in guys in the draft with Matthew Butler, Neil Farrell Jr. There was still a lot going on in this Raiders defensive tackle room. But if you can get Larry Ogunjobi on a 1-year prove-it deal, after this man just literally went to the Super Bowl and had 7 sacks during the regular season, I love it. Because we're talking about a quality player worth a quality amount of money. I think it would make so much sense for the Raiders to bring in. And that was their biggest thing you were missing from the Raiders last year, was their interior pass rush that really needed a boost. And I think Larry Ogunjobi would definitely be that player that would give them that boost. Free agent numero dos. I think that's Spanish for number 2, J.C. Tretter. Now, the Raiders don't need a center. But you're going to sit here and tell me one of the best centers throughout the last 5 years, he's consistently rated really high in terms of pass blocking with PFF. You're going to tell me he's just sitting there, just nothing's happening. Obviously, he's probably in talks. Him and his agent are in talks with a couple of other teams. But J.C. Tretter, one of the best centers in the last 5 years, is just sitting there doing nothing. And I get it. You brought in Dylan Parham in the draft. You're feeling pretty good about your offensive line as to where it sits now. Relatively good. You're not sleeping well at night, but you feel okay about it. But you have right now, this is kind of what I've penciled in to be your starting offensive line. You got Colton Miller, Denzel Good, Andre James, Jermaine Illuminor, and then Alex Leatherwood. Now, Dylan Parham could fit anywhere in there if you wanted him to, but overall, on the interior, but overall, if you put J.C. Tretter at center, and I'm sorry, Andre James, I know you played like a very good center down the line, but J.C. Tretter, all-pro guy, just an all-pro guy. You love to see it. So J.C. Tretter comes in. Would you move Andre James to guard? Maybe. It doesn't matter. Get the best 5 players on the field. And then obviously you could put Dylan Parham in. Denzel Good needs to be on the field. So, you're feeling pretty good. You've got your center. One of your most important interior leading offensive line positions is taken care of. J.C. Tretter, I think he might be a little bit expensive too, because I do think he's still going to be sought after, despite the fact that this man is still currently a free agent. And he's getting up there. I believe believe he's like 31 or something like that. I don't care. This man is a stud. Get him in the building and immediately elevate your offensive line. Free agent number 3, Will Fuller. This one probably comes with a couple of red flags. So Will Fuller was suspended for PED use. I think it's 6 games. I don't remember off the top of my head. But Will Fuller was suspended. He's constantly injured. I get it. I get the hesitancy, if you will. But he's also, when he's on the field, one of the most explosive receivers in the game. Like that is a fact. Like when he's on the field, which I know is few and far in between. But when he's on the field, he's one of the more explosive and game-changing wide receivers. And I get it. You've already got Davante Adams, you've got Hunter Renfrow, a Darren Waller, all these weapons. But a number 3 wide receiver like Will Fuller, they already brought in Keelan Cole. They're looking pretty good at wide receiver. I'm not too worried about wide receiver, but if you could get Will Fuller on a 1-year all incentives deal, where obviously if he catches over like something like 50 balls, 700 yards, and 5 touchdowns, then he gets it. But his guaranteed money is very low, or maybe the veteran minimum. I mean, come on. Yes, he'll be suspended, but when he comes back, you immediately have a 3-headed receiving monster attack. That, in other words, what's the terminology? Oh yeah, good luck guarding a guy like Davante Adams and Hunter Renfrow and Will Fuller. Like just 3 men across the board. I would love to see it. But let us know what you guys think. That is it for our 3 free agents that we think the Raiders need to sign. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Now, down in the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. Give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com. Or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the 3 free agents we think the Las Vegas Raiders need to sign.